Phase 3 is upon us. Hello and welcome back to Bug Realms. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now this is actually just a talking video. I know they're not for everyone, so you can skip it if you would like to, but if you are interested in what Phase 3 is now going to be about, please stay tuned. I'm also going to be kind of showing you around how I'm going to be keeping my animals in the new realm. So, the next two videos that you are going to see, although will be classed as Phase 3, they are being filmed before I'm completely and utterly finished. Actually being filmed the same day as this video, at least the intro part of one of them is. You'll understand when you watch it. So for today's one, I'm just going to be showing you around the new setup and telling you what's expected for Phase 3. So originally, if you remember guys, Phase 3 was supposed to be a very interactive phase. We were supposed to do a lot of live streaming, we were supposed to do footage inside enclosures, we were supposed to do the 7 deadly sins enclosures, yada yada yada, which all fell apart when I was told I had to leave my house. Now I hadn't done anything wrong, the landlords just decided to sell. So I moved out. Finding a property to allow my animals was near impossible. Finding a property I could afford in today's market was near impossible. But I did manage to move with the same people I was living with into a 2-bedroom place. Now that's 3 of us in a 2-bedroom place. It's also where my daughter comes to stay. So on 2 days a week, it is 4 of us in a 2-bedroom place. It is not ideal, but it works for me. Why does it work for me? Let me tell you. So we found a property that would allow me to keep my phasmids, my stick insects. So that was good enough for me, knowing that Danielle, whose house I'm at right now, will allow me to keep my other animals. Now she's not a huge fan of spiders, so I did have to sell a bulk of my spiders, but we are still keeping the rest of the collection here, and there is a bit of space for me to replace some of the ones that I sold. So we'll go into that in just a moment. And then she's donated this corner, this whole corner of her front room here, mostly to me to film in, which is really, really decent of her. Because if it was not for her, we would have lost all of my animals except the stick insects. We would have had pretty much nowhere to film because that house is so tiny. It would have this channel would have really fallen apart. So massive thank you to Danielle, massive thank you to my disciples of the realm, my financial supporters, my patrons, for continuing support, because you have helped me be able to afford to build this filming area. So you guys are amazing. Now if anyone else wants to help me out, you can become a disciple of the realm for as little as $1.99 a month. You can follow the link to my Patreon in the description below. And you get to join a private group chat, which I speak in almost daily. So that's the best way for you to be able to stay in contact with me. So then, let's start off with a little tour of where everything is. Now, because the stick insects can stay at my official home, we're calling that the realm of sticks. And because I call my isopods my gemstones, and Danielle is allowing me to stock up on isopods here because she enjoys those, we're going to call this the realm of stones. But in general, it's just called the realm no matter where I am. We're still going to use the realm as a term, but I kind of liked it saying the realm of sticks, the realm of stones. I just thought it was fun. So first of all, let's have a look at the spiders then and show you where they are going to be kept. Before we continue this video, did you know that Bug Realms is affiliated with the Spidershop? So when you next need a stunning new tarantula, some healthy live food, well-needed equipment, or just in the market for something unusual, please head over to the Spidershop via my personal and unique link in the description below. This won't cost you anything extra, but it gives me a little back in return for your loyalty. Thanks guys, now back to the video. Now I don't want to show off too much of this room. It is bright pink, it is Danielle's bedroom, so we're going to try and not just show, everything. This is a girl's personal room, you know what I mean? But up here we have our Theraphosis stermi, I'm always going to keep her. I've raised her from a, well, I say tiny sling, they're never tiny, these species. You'll see about this one in the next video. We've got a sling shelf here. Some of these enclosures are empty, like that one. We've got Bobby, my Hensie, in there. I've had to get rid of nearly all my arboreals. I've kept just a couple. So we've got our Cambridge eye in here, and we've got oh, the Amenia is going to my friend Beth, that's not staying here. And down here we have Ecclesiasticus, which I believe to be male, and it's actually molted out adult female. So if you know anyone with a male Salmopius Ecclesiasticus, please let me know. And we've got a couple of arboreals also just sat in here, but they will be going as they get bigger. Our GBB stays. We've got 4 enclosures that don't have any animals in right now that I can still use if I want to. And if we flip around here, we have our other spider shelf. So you see how we've got some empty ones there for small juveniles or large slings. We're moving down. Some of these are empty as well, some of them are not. I've just bought a new label machine so that I can relabel all of these at some point, and it continues on down to ones for our small adults or larger juveniles here, and it follows to the floor. So we're still able to keep quite a lot of spiders, guys, but I have had to get rid of a chunk of them. So let's go back into the front room, back to the realm of stones, and I will show you the plans for that one. So as we enter our front room, I do not really want to show you guys over there too much. We're still in the middle of decorating a little bit, so it's a bit messy, but here you have it. Now these are actually bookcases, this one, that's a thin one, and another one, and I've turned it into a corner piece, and I really like this. Now I know we were trying to swap out our milky enclosures, but when it comes to isopods, it's actually kind of a little bit beneficial for them to not have a huge amount of bright light in, although a few display species would be cool in glass tanks. I will be building up our collections of these. Now these will hold a decent amount of isopods, but not a huge amount of isopods, which is what the top shelves are going to be for at some point. We're going to have much longer, larger enclosures up there. So there's still a lot of mess here. Some of this stuff up here is going to be not next video, but the video after, so we're not going to look into that. And these salad bowls with lids keep our small colonies of isopods. Well, we've only got 10 or 20 isopods. We keep them in these, and they are really, really pretty. So I'm quite chuffed with those salad bowls. This is a future project. I have to clean out this water here, this mud from the top. This is old, but I'm keeping the sand in, and we are actually going to keep aquatic isopods in here. Now I will be setting that up off the camera because I'm not 100% sure that I'll be doing it correctly, and I don't want to give out wrong information, but if they are successful in there, I will do a video on how I did that later. Now, bottom shelves, as you can see, we've got loads of nappies here. Why have we got loads of nappies? 2 reasons. Danielle has a son who is only 2 years old, still in nappies at the moment, and also we are expecting my new daughter to arrive within the next, well, by the time I'm filming this is 9 weeks. By the time this video is out, it'll be a lot less, or maybe she'd even be here, who knows. But I'll let you guys know. So yes, these bottom shelves are kept for the kiddlywinks, and that is because her son can actually reach these bottom 2 shelves, and he's at that toddler age of, I like to throw things, I like to pick everything up, I like to touch everything that I shouldn't do. So anything from here upwards is out of his reach, and the bottom shelves aren't. So eventually, when he's older and he understands more, I would like to say we can use them, but then the daughter's going to be at that age, so we're going to have to figure this out. If anyone's got any cool ideas to keep them child friendly, let me know. Maybe big bits of acrylic magnetized going over the front with vent holes, I don't know, but it's an expense that I can't afford right now. Now this chair will eventually get replaced because it squeaks when I move in it, and it really, really annoys me. So the next few videos you are going to hear a squeak. This is actually Danielle's chair for her computer over there. I will get my own at some point, again when finances allow, so that I'm not squeaking and squirking when I am recording. Now this is her coffee table, and this is a table I'm going to be using for filming, but it's also where her son eats from. So I'm going to be putting a cover over this for when I film, and then it goes to the other side of the room when I'm not filming, ready for her little boy. So yes, here we have it. This is the realm of stones, or just generally the realm. Look, she's even got a pink top on her toolbox from when I was building this. I built it with girl tools. So yeah, still a little bit of a mess right now, but we will get there. So I'm going to pop this back on, I would say tripod, but actually I'm resting my camera on top of here for today because I only have one tripod with me and it's for the light. So organised. Also going to keep various species of roach here as well, and we're also going to try and delve in the world of millipedes. And the reason being, Danielle quite likes the isopods, right? And her very first BTS show was, well, 4 or 5 years ago now, something like that. 4 years, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, she came with me to a BTS once, and millipedes actually escaped in the hotel room, and we had to run around and find them in the morning so that they could go on for sale. And we held on to one for about 2 hours before it went to its rightful owner. Which was a business, but we held on to that, and she kind of got attached. And I didn't buy it back then because I wasn't very big on them. But I'm thinking now that I'm going to be spending a lot of my time here because of the new baby and so on, and the redecorating of the house and the filming here, that we might try and delve a little bit further into millipedes. Now, all the ones that I have had before that survived, I did pass on when I wasn't sure what was going on with this move. So I'm back down to 0 millipedes. So I will look into getting some more. Now, I'm not amazing with them. I haven't been hugely successful with them, but now that I've kind of got used to the isopod substrate mixes, I think we could do the same and have very good success, hopefully, with some millipede species. So yes, this room you're going to see a lot of roaches, isopods, millipedes, and kind of the odd miscellaneous bugs, basically all safe animals. So no animals that will have anything too bad if a kid got hold of them. Obviously millipedes, certain ones can give off cyanide and things like that, but they'll be slightly higher on the shelves, and the things that are slightly better, like isopod species, be slightly lower on the shelves. We've got to figure it out. You know what kids are like. If you don't, they are a blooming nightmare. So I don't know. So that's what you're going to see here. You are still going to see tarantulas, as I said before, but probably not quite as many. There's still space for things like true spiders in there as well, bits and bobs. I basically just don't want to take the mick out of our home. But in return for allowing me to do all this, I have redecorated practically her entire house, all aside from her child's room, which we are still deciding on what to do with. So I think a full house redecoration was a fair trade. What do you guys think? Comment me below. So now that we can't do all these awesome live stream plans and all of that, so what else are we going to do in phase 3? What's going to be expected? Well, I thoroughly enjoy creating series videos, and I like creating them in bulk. So when I haven't done them in a bulk, like the things that lurk in your home in the old channel, I do one, I really enjoyed it, I don't get around to doing another one for months, and it kind of bothers me, and I lose motivation with it. But when we do mini-series in bulks, like we did the unique unboxings at the start of this channel, I much prefer it. So we're going to aim at, we'll still have our random videos and care videos and so on, but we are going to try and do various series. Now there is going to be a series coming up very shortly to do with colour-based unboxings. That's going to be a series that will start probably in 3 or 4 weeks' time. And then we're going to look at other things. So if you've got an idea for a type of series that you want to see here at Bug Realms, please comment me below. We still will have some that scatter over time, such as Phasmid files, and that's because I have to wait for the stick insects to grow up before I can do a Phasmid files, and I also have to make sure I've got the care right before I do a Phasmid files. But if you've got any bulk series ideas, please let me know and I will work towards them. They also are very beneficial to having young children, or having more young children around, because I can film in bulk, put them on YouTube, take a couple of weeks to get myself together again to start a new series. So it really works for me. So series is going to be one of the big things, hopefully, for phase 3. I'm going to do my best to heart and comment back to you guys a bit more now. So I haven't been commenting and replying to a lot of people on my past videos, and I apologise for that. But with the whole move and thing and redecorating this house, it has literally taken, well, probably doing both has taken at least a couple of months out of my time. So I've really struggled to get back to you guys. So I apologise. So I'm going to try and engage with you more. I'm going to try and do more with my disciples around, with the Patreons, do little competitions for them here and there, give them some more choices about what goes on in the channel. Overall, I just want to be able to give you guys a little bit more. Another thing that may be coming in phase 3 is a stand-alone version of the Fatal Fangs tournament. So as you guys know, I did Fatal Fangs 1 and 2. Amy took over and did an amazing version of number 3. She is also going to be doing Fatal Fangs 4, but in the future. She needs to take some time for herself right now and for her family. So it's going to be me creating a standalone Fatal Fangs. I'm not going to go into the details of it in this video, but it's going to be slightly different. So that will happen to keep you guys going, keep you in the Fatal Fangs mood before we go on to that. So if that's something you're interested in, I will do a video based on that and how to enter and what's expected of it, rules and blah de blah de blah. So that's another exciting thing that should be happening in phase 3. Now, the other thing that I would love to say is going to happen in phase 3, but I'm really not sure if I can because of family and work commitments. But what I would love to do is a lot more custom enclosure design based stuff as well. So I would still like to do my 7 Deadly Sins enclosures, but rather than working on getting the animals, getting the enclosures, doing it all in one go, I will do them bit by bit. So maybe have the animals first and rehouse them into the new enclosure design rather than doing it all in one go, because that kind of, it stresses me out a little bit. And the ideas, I kept getting flooded with ideas, and then I was like, this is a big expense to do in one go. With the slightly less space that we have here now, it's just going to be a bit, I don't know. And I completely forgot the other thing. The only final thing that I can think of that might be ever so slightly different is kind of what we were easing towards by the end of phase 2, and that is breeding. We're going to try and do big on breeding, not so much the tarantulas because I suck at it, but with the isopods, obviously the stick insects, the millipedes, the roaches. We're going to work on a lot of experimental things. We're going to experiment with substrates, we're going to experiment with foods. I'm already doing all that behind the scenes now, so I can share what works and what doesn't work with you guys at home, so that you can maybe increase your breeding chances of certain animals that you have, or maybe you will learn from mistakes that I have made so that you know not to do them at home. I would like to keep this channel quite educational. I'd like to keep it fun, and we will be seeing some more people in this channel too, because I'm hoping that Danielle will join me in more videos, and because I'm going to be at her home, I'm not going to, you can't make a toddler silent, so you're going to have a little boy running around in some of them. When the new baby comes, we're going to have even less time for me to film alone, so you may have to have a lot of videos with a little baba in my arms, but it may well turn into a bit of a family orientated channel rather than just Bugman Sam. And this is something that I really want to hear from you guys from, probably more than anything else, is how do you feel about that? And be brutally honest with me. If you're thinking, having a baby on the channel is just going to wind me up, or having you sat there with Danielle is not the same as Bugman Sound, tell me. If you think it's something lovely, something fun, tell me. But this channel has always been designed around families. A lot of my fans are young children. When I go to shows, there is almost always a young child wants to come and say hello to me, and that is really important to me. So I think having it even more family orientated is a good thing personally, but I really want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So if you don't want to write about anything else, please let me know about that, because it really is kind of important to me to hear your perspective of it. So I'm just going to leave that video there. So from next week, we start kind of phase 3. We've got our not Egyptian predatory beetles, our other predatory beetles that we picked up from BTS will be coming to you guys. We have an unboxing that I did for a trade coming up to you guys, and then hopefully we will start our colour themed series. Now, if you wanted to know a little bit more about that colour themed series, there was a live stream that I did a little while ago. You should be able to still find it on the channel, and you can know how that is going to go. I'm really excited to do that. It is going to be a fun challenge to me, and I hope you guys enjoy that mini series. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.